6-seater, and it's nice to be able to people watch in the golf carts and to look around at the construction of the Margaritaville and to look around at the people that are in their bikinis. I didn't say that out loud, but you'd like to be in a golf cart when you're tooling around on the beach, right, guys? You want to be in a nice, clean golf cart. They spiff them up and they deliver them. That's what's cool. You call up and say, I want this golf cart. I want it delivered to my house. And there's Big Dan driving the golf cart to your house. He's dropping it off, and you're ready to rock and roll. You roll out of bed all hungover from the night before, wherever you were, and you get in the golf cart. You're tooling around town. Most golf cart companies don't want to invest the money in the technology because it's expensive, but these guys have invested in these big batteries. They're not big, bulky batteries, but they're batteries that last a long time. And so you don't have to worry about getting halfway down the island and your battery shits out on you. So you got to call Tow or something to come and get you picked up and take you back home. So Island Carts FMB. We almost got everybody in the picture. You guys might need to move over a little bit. I'm sitting on your headphones there. Let me give out the number. It's 844. Oh, I like when you do that. 362-2278. That's 844-362-2278. Our guest now, we have 4 microphones. We are very professional here on this podcast, just so you guys know.
You are in.
You guys want to get nice and close to the microphones, and I'm going to
close.
There you go.
I'm going to introduce our guest.
There you go.
Who's with it? Who's over there videotaping over there? Is that your wife?
That's my wife.
Nice. We have Steven.
I'm Steven.
Steven Lotta and Bill Morton. I'm going to take the logo off of Bill's head there. And these guys live in the mooring field.
Yes.
You guys live on a boat.
We
Well,
do.
that's the
We
life.
each have our own boats, yes.
You don't live in the same boat
No.
because that would be weird, kind of,
Well,
We're not all in the same boat.
right?
We've been best friends for a long time.
Aw.
How long have you been best friends?
About a year.
1
No,
year?
yeah.
Very nice.
5-6 years.
Nice.
Now, how long have you been in the mooring field? Like, how long have you been a resident, or is it a come and go thing?
I've been a
or-
resident of Lee County for 35 years, and
Okay.
I've always for 50 years I've had boats. But 10 years ago I sold my home in Cape Coral, and I've been living on the boat
Ever since?
Ever since. Now
Whoa.
I traveled all over. I've been to Cuba, I've been to Central America, Mexico, up to the Chesapeake, upper end of the Bahamas. But I've been back here in the mooring field for the last 2 years.
Now,
wait.
can I just ask?
He said something in that last answer that I need to bring up. Now, I'm reading a book about the Bay of Pigs right now,
All right.
which has something to do with Cuba.
I know.
In case you didn't know. Now, when that happened, what were your thoughts? Like when the Bay of Pigs happened?
Well,
and
I was
the
a
whole-
really young kid when the
Yeah.
Bay of Pigs
Jeez,
happened.
you're
I was
so
in, I was in what, second, third,
Yeah,
fourth
well, that's
grade.
an interesting question because my dad was in charge of the Cuba blockade.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So do you
we were
think?
living in Bermuda, and we were
Oh
very
boy! Now,
involved in that.
you remember you
I
said
see.
your schedule was flexible. Now you're going to be here
Well,
forever.
the thing is, do you think that?
I got to leave by tomorrow. So
Do you think that the United States was just pushing a little too hard to try and assassinate
it
Castro?
was a stupid thing?
It was a stupid thing.
Well, you know, got to go back to
Politicians shouldn't plan this shit.
right.
Yeah.
Eisenhower in Nicaragua.
right.
That's
It was a
when-
cakewalk.
Yeah,
cakewalk.
and so, hey, we did it once. Let's do it
Right,
again.
right.
And it wasn't again. You know,
Yeah.
It was what was going on in Nicaragua wasn't what was going on in Cuba.
Right.
Castro.
Castro was considered a hero to his people for a while back in the day, and then the communists kind of
You know,
got the better of him.
He was still pretty worshipped.
Yeah.
And even today, the population, they're so indoctrinated.
Yeah.
They, when we sail there, you have to be careful the gifts you give.
Yes.
Because if you give anything of value, they turn it into the communist store.
Oh, there's still a communist store.
Yeah, well, they have to, and then the store makes money off of it.
I
So
see.
when I sail there, I'd bake bread. That they didn't have to turn in.
Right.
Now, when
right.
I was there, I was there when it was still allowed. You could go there.
Right. When the mafia was in charge.
No. When Obama opened it up.
I see.
So I was there, and I had a driver. You know, it's easy to live there. There's not a lot to buy, but whatever there is cheap.
Uh-huh.
And I asked my driver, and I said, what can I give you that's other than the money,
Right.
the pesos? And he said toilet paper.
They don't have toilet paper.
I went in my
Yeah.
boat and I get a 12-pack of toilet paper. The guy cried.
Yeah.
Wow.
He said I could sell this on the black market
Wow.
for more than I make in a month.
You see, I can understand why the government would go and confiscate the toilet paper because there's nothing worse than not being able to wipe your ass.
That's
I mean,
true.
that really,
It really
I
is.
mean, if you're sitting on the bowl and you're thinking there's nothing around, I mean, what do you do?
But
What do you
we
do?
Americans,
I think-
if you think that they're unhappy, you'd be wrong.
Yeah.
Cubans are happy people.
They're
Right.
they're pro Cuba. They're not the people you meet on the street are not political.
Right.
Their teeth are insanely great. Everybody's got great teeth there.
Why do you think that
They're
is?
healthcare. They're healthcare.
Healthcare.
I
Yeah.
see.
They're
Universal health care.
Yes, for them.
Mhm.
I mean, but it's
Affordable.
whatever. Yeah.
Right.
And they just want to be friends with America. They
Right.
want the trade, but they're wonderful people.
Right. I don't know how you got us off
Yeah.
kilter here,
You
Stephen,
did.
but
Can I remember my
I
question
sailed to
originally?
Cuba. That's
so
Okay.
well, don't
All right,
tell me
so
what
that's-
happens at the end of the Bay of Pigs book because
Okay.
I don't want don't be
Can
a
I
spoiler
ask my
on that.
question now?
Yeah.
So, and you might have answered it. So you have a sailboat,
Yes,
and so you sail completely without a motor, or you have a motor backup?
I do have a motor backup.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Do
But-
you
cheating.
but-
have how many sails do you have? Do you have the big sail and the jib and
Yeah,
Hey,
a main
we're
sail,
on the air here. Can
main
you
sail-
stop with the bottles?
mainsail and a jib,
okay,
and I have a spinnaker.
okay,
I have a Beneteau 461. Actually, 461.
nice.
It's a 46 footer. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath sailboat with a big cabin.
Wow, 4-bedroom, 2-bath sailboat.
How fast can you get that going in a good wind?
11, 12 knots.
So here's a story about sailing. Okay.
Is it going to be
So
to Cuba or no?
No, nothing
I
about
see.
Cuba. So I sailed in Transpac from LA to Hawaii. And we're in a racing boat. We had 8 people going, and it's a 14-day solid, never stop racing.
24-hour go,
And
go,
I'm
go.
sitting there navigating with the owner, who's the captain and steering, and we have 6 other crew members running around, and we were just careening. People was screaming, yelling, pulling lines.
Save the toilet
getting excited.
paper.
And the owner leaned over and says, "Bill, I've never seen 6 guys get so excited and move so fast to do 7 miles an hour."
Yes.
No, really. Did you have
That's
enough?
it.
Did you have enough toilet paper to last
we
that
have
long?
plenty of
I
toilet
see.
paper.
I see. Unless you get one guy that's, never mind.
Sailboats don't go fast.
How
No.
long did it take you? 14
Especially
days.
if there's
14
no
days.
wind, then they really don't go
They don't go
fast.
So what were we talking about? Oh yes, you guys live on a boat.
We were talking about
In the mooring field.
self-sufficiency.
Yeah, no.
We've got,
So what made you decide that I'm going to sell my house and live on a boat? Like, how do you come to that conclusion?
I've always been there.
Well, look at the costs. I mean, I'm a commercial real estate broker by trade. Bill was a IT guy worked around the world, but we're paying rent on the mooring ball. We own the boat, but there's no real estate taxes. No insurance on the house, and who knows you're not subject to what the government does. I mean, we have a ruling committee here, but the city loves us. The
The ruling committee. What does
Well,
that
they've
mean?
got a mooring ball committee here in the city.
Yeah.
There's a special
Like an HOA.
Sort of.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
But they're appointed by the city council to manage the
The
field.
The Anchorage Advisory
Yeah,
Committee.
yeah.
And most of them
yeah.
are cruisers too.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they have
got you.
one representative from the city council, and the rest have
Right.
boats out in the mooring field.
Right.
Yeah.
Now this is somebody's wife, I'm guessing,
That's
right?
my wife.
we had just talked about
if she
that.
wants the video, I can send it to her so she doesn't have to worry
You know,
about it. I got the
This
video.
is being videotaped.
We're on video, so she doesn't have to hold her arms up. I can.
She's Chinese. She wants
Yeah.
to videotape.
No, I'll send you. I'll send you the whole
Don't
thing.
take
Don't
the
worry about it. Yeah,
videotape from
just
a
enjoy the
Chinese
show.
Rose,
Come
good
eat.
guy.
Rose is a Chinese national.
Yeah,
Billy spent half the year on Bill's boat,
yeah.
and then the other half in their condo in
We
China.
live in a place I call Shangri-La.
You live
Yeah.
in China half the year.
Well, it's a place we call Shangri-La. It's a mountain village in northern China that is the happiest place in the world.
Are you a communist?
100%
Cuba?
sustainable
How
energy.
close
Cuba,
is
China?
that to
Korea.
No.
It's 100 kilometers from North Korea.
Wow. Okay.
It's way up north.
Wait, somebody said they lost the feed, but I don't think we
Uh-oh.
lost the feed. And we've got great Wi-Fi here. Do you have
So
Wi-Fi on your
the
boat?
Morning,
Oh, yeah.
mooring
Absolutely.
field.
How do you get Wi-Fi on the boat? Using your phone?
Well, I do it through
hotspot?
T-Mobile.
No kidding.
I pull 130 gigabytes a month and watch. I don't sleep at nights. I
Really?
sleep 4 hours a day.
Wow.
So I watch
How
old
old are
movies
you?
all night.
How old are you?
72.
And you don't sleep for 4 hours a night?
Haven't
Wow.
my whole life.
So when you were working IT, how much did you make a year?
You don't
Well,
have to answer that.
I really, the end of my career, last 10 or 15 years, I've traveled around the world saving stock exchanges.
Saving stuff. Oh, so
Yeah.
what is
So they paid me a lot of
like? What's your best year ever?
You don't have to answer that.
well, at the end, I was earning a little under $3,000 a day.
3,000 a day. Wait,
Yeah.
I
I
gotta.
wish you hadn't answered that.
So
But
that's
don't worry. At her anger, I gave it all away.
wait, 3,000 a day.
He
What
gave
is
it
that?
all away.
How many days of the year?
He
That's
gave it all
you
away.
gave it all away.
Well, sure. Well, I kept some,
Yeah.
but not a lot.
So, what was your best year like? You don't. I mean, this is what my audience wants to know. They really. If
This
they're
gets so old with you. This
Best-
gets
He's
like,
a wealthy guy.
Best
so.
year I made $1 million in commissions in real estate.
1 year.
Yes.
Most selling where? What market?
I sell Walgreens, 7-Elevens around the country, but I also did sell the land in downtown Fort Myers that Oasis is on and a few other high rises.
Dude, the 7-Eleven in Gateway is awful. Can you do something about that? I mean, they still got the plexiglass things, like the COVID's still going around. It's just a
Nah.
nightmare. I mean,
Can't
That's
help you
so
there.
way off.
jeez.
But
So
it tells
we-
you how much we like our lifestyle.
Yeah.
Both
Right.
of us have made a lot
Yeah.
of money in our life. We live on a boat and a cheap lifestyle.
Yep.
He looks at finances. I do it because you can take your house with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere in the world.
Yeah, I think that he gets seasick at the
Oh,
drop
stop-
of a
will you
hat.
stop
so
lying like that?
would
I
not
mean,
work for him.
So you're out on the boat, and is the boat steady enough every night where you're
Oh,
you're
yeah.
able to?
Oh, God, yeah.
Because you got a giant boat. I mean, you got
Yeah,
like a
it's-
4-bedroom.
well,
it's
they're
weight.
not out in the middle of the ocean. They're
I know, but
back
sometimes
That's
they
how
are.
we are.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but when you're in the mooring field, it's calm waters.
But I
back
can,
there.
if you get
Okay.
seasick, I can cure that.
You can? How?
Oh, yeah. I ran a commercial fishing boat, a head boat, we call
So
it.
what did you do? You just
No, I had a friend that was an oncologist told me about this electric watch that will put a pulse into your wrist, and they gave it to chemotherapy patients. So I tested it on some of I don't know how we can say this, but we called our boat the upchuck boat because you go out in the ocean, it would just roll back and forth,
Right.
and 70 people would start throwing up.
so
We put the watches on these people, and
And
they
that
not
was
only
it.
didn't stop throwing up, they felt fine.
Yeah.
So I started buying them by the dozens, and it works. You can buy them at West Marine, $70, called a relief band, and your handle jerk a little bit because it really puts it, but
I
it
see.
stops.
Hey, listen, I've been struck by some serious voltage in the Tough
Yeah.
Mudder, the world's toughest mudder. Like that's
it
a
didn't
race.
stop you from throwing up, though.
So $3,000 a day for how many years? Like how many
for
straight?
a while actually.
Like lots of years making
Yeah.
3,000 a day.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna have to. It's gonna take me an hour to calculate that when I get
Well,
home.
can we
Like,
talk about the mooring
you know what you
field?
got to understand is people who are entrepreneurs like us, we make it, we lose it.
how do you lose it? Like how do you lose
Either
it?
way.
Spend it.
No, you
yeah,
don't
just-
spend
Jesus
it. What do you
Christ.
spend $3,000 a day on? You
Oh.
gamble? Are you guys gamblers?
well, no, I
No.
traveled around the world. I've been
Yeah.
around the
Yeah.
world 3 times, so I just would
Yeah,
spend it.
right.
I mean,
like you get a new
I'll
phone
do-
every time the new iPhone
Plus,
comes out.
I
You
have
get
a
one.
daughter and a son with an American Express card. So.
Is it a black? Is it a black?
Oh,
Mm.
I did, but not them.
You have a black? Like,
Not
what's the
now.
difference
I
between a black and a regular American
a hottie
Express?
toddy snooty up
Okay.
in the air.
That's
Yeah.
it. You pay a lot more money for the black one than you do for
Is
the
it?
green
There's
one.
there a charge for the black
Oh,
one?
yeah.
fuck
And the
it's
numbers
expensive.
Did you
go.
say fuck yeah? I mean,
Oh,
did you
excuse
say?
me. Did
you
I say
can't
that?
Yeah, you can
You
say
did.
whatever you want.
Are they going to cut us off?
No,
Oh,
listen.
You going
This
to kick
is
me out?
so. Let's talk about the mooring field because.
Oh, wait a minute. What?
Yeah, I'm sorry for boring you, but you know
You're
the
not
guys like to
boring
talk
me,
about
but
guy
no,
stuff sometimes,
talk
like
about the mooring field.
about money. Guys like to talk about money.
You like to talk about money because you don't have
when
any.
when we have secret
so you live
well, true.
vicariously through the others.
I know. I mean, don't you just want to have a lot of money? People
Oh,
want to
boy.
have a lot
we
of
were
money.
close to the mooring field,
No.
and now we're back.
I think money's evil. That's why I
Like,
give it away.
If
Yeah.
you have a lot of money, does that give you the right to run up on stage and slap somebody? Probably.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, well, I guess that's.
I mean,
See,
I
there's the
think
problem with money.
if somebody is stupid enough to insult your wife,
Yeah.
right,
yeah,
right,
I have a right to go up and slap somebody who
Right.
There you go.
it
yeah.
was vicious and it was mean.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah,
What?
it was.
The joke was, or
Well,
the
she was
slap
ill.
was?
It was a medical. Hey,
What?
you're a cripple, and I make a joke of you being.
I don't
Right.
think that's
She
the
lost
same
her
thing.
hair out of a medical condition.
I think
Any-
I
any
heard
minute-
a story. I was listening to some podcasts because that's what I do. I mean, I don't make $3,000 a day, so we don't have a TV. So I was listening to a podcast, and they said that alopecia is just a nice way to say you're going bald. Is that true?
Well,
Yeah.
you go bald, whatever. But I
Yeah.
don't know.
But isn't
lose
that?
your hair.
there might be some medical conditions
I
that
see.
cause that condition.
I mean,
so
okay.
I just don't
He's-
think you should
Is
make
he,
fun
has
of
he always
people.
been insensitive?
I think
Yes.
I
Is
think
that
that
the problem?
And Josie May, not enough. Thank you.
How dare you ask me that question?
So
That's
back to the morning
Morning
field.
Now
Some
you're
women want
irritated.
hair, and it's really
well,
mentally taxing.
isn't that why they make wigs though? Or
I mean, the morning field, there are
He
rules,
is
and,
such a
there are rules
insensitive
and
person.
regulations. The city does a great job.
I know they do.
They provide showers and
Right. Well, tell
laundry
people
facilities.
what the setup is now. Like, you guys, you pull your dinghies into over by Matanzas,
Right.
Yep.
and then you go to the Harbor House and take a shower, right? Or
Well, no, they have dedicated showers for just the mooring field.
at Matanzas or the Harbor House?
They're in
It's
Matanzas still.
Matanzas,
Do you have
but
to
it's a separate building.
Oh, still at Matanzas.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that
But
the
the
last
office is over.
right that the
The
last
office at Harbor
anchorage.
House.
Yeah.
And they're building their own office a little bit further south on the island, which will have all the facilities there.
Where's that?
And I
It's
believe that the plans are near where the new fire department is going to go in next to City Hall.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you
There's
guys
a
just
lot of
made news.
dispute.
You know.
Yeah.
Well, that's their plans.
Well, they've
I
got
don't-
funding for it. What they're trying to do now, there's some of the property owners don't want
right.
dinghies
Yeah.
going up and down the canal, so they're having a little bit of a
It's
Pushback.
It's more than a little bit,
Pushback.
but let's. So you pull your dinghies into the Matanzas.
Yep.
Now, how's the relationship with the Matanzas people?
Great.
Oh, they love us.
Oh yeah,
Fabulous.
and you've been doing that
Fabulous.
there forever.
We spend a lot of money there.
Yeah.
Like,
our relationship with all the retailers here is just fabulous.
how is it? How cool is it though that you're able to? What is it called? Moor your boat, dock your boat. What was it called? Moor your boat on a
Dr.
ball,
Ding.
mooring?
and then you dinghy into like it's so close, and then you're within walking distance
Of everything.
of
Yes.
everything where you are now. How isn't that the perfect setup though? Where you are now?
Fort Myers Beach is probably the perfect setup for cruisers because just the bus system.
I'm
you know,
sorry.
the-
Say that again so everybody can
Fort
hear.
Myers Beach is a perfect cruiser's haven
Yeah.
because not just everything's close, but it's not an expensive island. You know, you go to Sarasota and go down Main Street. It's beautiful. Go get a meal there.
Right.
And but the bus system, you can go up to Walmart on a bus for 35 cents. The tram you get on and off.
Right.
So they've just set it up really, really well here.
Can I just ask? So how long can you moor indefinitely?
No,
He can, I can't.
no. They're the full-time liveaboards have a 6-month period before you have to leave.
Okay.
Now, when they set up the mooring field years ago, 10 moorings were dedicated full-time liveaboards.
Okay.
I happen to have one of those.
Okay.
So when I leave, it'll be given up to somebody else, and they'll
Okay.
get that. Yeah.
And so then you have to leave for how long? 6 months, or
I don't think they have a rule.
Yeah.
Can
So
you
you
just
could
move down to the
leave-
next ball?
you
And then
could
come back.
and you could leave and come back as long as there you
This
was a
year, for the first
reservation.
time in the history of all moorings and all marinas in the state of Florida, there are monster waiting lists.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But why?
It's never
if,
happened
if
before.
they have you, a good paying customer, and you're there, why is? I mean, I'm just asking a dumb question because I don't know the answer. Why not like till further notice?
Well, because people that come here temporarily that don't live here spend more money.
Yes.
Their
Oh.
vacation.
Like
Oh,
hotels.
okay,
So
gotcha.
they want
It's a good thought. And 6 months is a good amount of time.
So
and
you
we can sail off, come back in a month. That's no big
and
deal.
Okay.
then how long can you stay?
6 months at a
Oh,
time.
so it's both of you are only
Yeah,
6 months.
yeah.
Okay.
and you
But
guys,
you can come and go as you please
Yes.
in that
Yeah,
6
absolutely.
months.
Absolutely.
And then your spot is your spot.
That's
well,
correct.
first come, first serve when you come back.
Well, no, if it's in the 6 months, it's
Yeah.
my spot.
Yeah.
Okay.
so do you guys ever get together with everybody in the mooring field?
yeah.
And so,
We're all friends. That's the nice thing about
Oh,
the
yeah.
cruising community.
yeah.
They're your family.
What-
Literally, it's not just a word. They are your family.
For folks that don't know, they had a cruisers appreciation event last Friday.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
correct.
Under the bridge
Right.
over by Matanzas,
Right.
in that area. And Steve was there, and he was talking to some of the folks, and they absolutely love the setup that the town has for you now. Like
Yes.
you pull the dinghies up right there. You walk to Matanzas, you get your stuff taken care of there, or you go to the Harbor House. It's so close to everything.
Plus, you can go out to eat.
But my point is, don't you guys think that that's the perfect scenario, that you should just not worry about building a bigger building somewhere down? If you're down on the other end of the island, isn't that like out of the area you want to
Not
be?
really.
Okay, why?
It's not that far down. Number one, because we're out in the water, so driving this way or that way
Doesn't matter.
really make a difference.
But
And,
if you get
like
off
if I want to go to
down there-
Publix, you're closer to Publix.
Okay. I
see.
You know, so it's
So the property that they were talking about building a new building on, you would have to come through a canal
Yeah, this is now.
through a
Yeah.
backyard of a canal of a bunch of homeowners there. Do you think, knowing that you guys use the dinghies to get onto the land here to Matanzas, do you think it would become like a highway in their backyard or no?
There's not that many.
No.
I mean,
How
it's
many is not many?
No.
What, there's 70, 80 moorings?
Yeah, but a lot
And
of them people.
maybe a third of them are occupied some at the time.
Yeah.
A lot of them are storage. And people come and go, and there's a public taxi. Well, not a public taxi.
Yeah,
private
there's a
taxi.
couple of taxis out there. You
Water
can call.
taxis.
Water taxi. Pick you
yeah.
up, take you to the
I
restaurants.
still never seen a water taxi. Where does the water taxi start from?
He
just
just call
tools
him and
around.
He
Oh, I
cruises
see.
around.
So when
Captain
you guys,
Butch. That's an advertise for Captain Butch.
I'll have to call Captain Butch because a lot of people have been mentioning the water taxi on our show here. So when you have to go potty, you obviously you go on the boat.
There's a holding tank on the boat.
Yeah.
And then the
And
pump out
the
boat
city comes out and pumps it out once a week.
What do you mean a holding tank? Like,
It's
We call it a black water tank.
Black water tank.
It's like a septic tank that doesn't go anywhere.
but it doesn't smell?
No.
No.
Lord,
Okay.
no.
No, it's
And we're self-sustained. We all have solar. We have air conditioners.
No kidding.
We don't live
yeah.
badly.
No, not at all.
Right.
We have big TVs. We have everything you have at the house.
$3,000 a
Now
day.
you said
Man.
some of the boats
money.
out there are not. They're not occupied at this time.
They're just using them for storage.
Storage.
Just store the
People
boats. Okay.
park. The people are up north working. Their boats tied up there.
Is that really?
Yeah.
Should that be used for that?
That's a lot
They're
of
going to
people.
start limiting the number of storage boats because again, it
Yeah.
doesn't help the city.
It's not
Right.
spending.
Yeah.
That boat's not
Right.
spending
They
any
just make
money
their
here.
$300 a month,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Are there a lot of derelict boats in the waters around Fort Myers
No,
Beach?
they've done a very good job at one of the things they've done very good is gotten some gonads and gone after the derelicts.
Yeah.
And they take them away.
Now, one
and in
time,
the mooring field, there's only one boat left that it's not a derelict, but it looks kind of messy. All the other boats are really
Just-
nice boats.
Very nautical. Yes.
Yeah.
I had a cheap car, and it broke down on a highway somewhere, and I
This is
was
bad.
tired of it, so I just got out and I pushed it into the woods and left it there. It scraped off the VIN number and pulled off all my registration. You think that's what they did with those boats, the derelict boats?
Well, I mean, there was a boat that sank out in the anchorage.
Yeah.
And the guy had died.
Oh,
Not
he was on the
board,
boat?
no,
Holy
so
crap.
He was in the facility and,
What happened to him?
He just got sick. He got old and he died. And so,
Yeah.
the boat just sat there and eventually filled
No
with
one
water
knew,
sank.
and yeah.
And they're expanding the mooring field,
Yes.
taking up more and more of the anchorage.
Yeah, and they're going to. You said that. How many? I think they're adding how many?
19
19 more
in
on
front
the other
of
side of
bridge.
the. Okay.
Separation.
Now, how much does it cost for rent?
it like
With tax,
300
about
something?
$330 a month.
So you pay $330 a month. You got some cable. You got well, you
no
don't have
cable,
cable.
no.
How
No,
can you
they
have cable?
their
We got
own- they are
internet.
We have our own
completely-
internet.
Yeah.
So
You get the facilities, you get the bathrooms, you get a laundry, and you get a dinghy dock.
wow, that's
And then
pretty good.
Do you pay for the pump out boat
Nope.
separately?
That's
no,
part
that's
of-
part
that's
of
part
it.
of it,
Okay.
Well,
Now, if you're on the anchorage and you're anchored out, you pay for it by trip.
Got it.
But the city gets federal funds for the pump out boats.
Yes.
All
Right.
cities
Yeah.
do in the
Yeah.
state of Florida.
Yeah,
So-
and Austin is his name. Austin is the.
Amazing guy.
Yeah.
Since he's
Harbor
taken
Everybody
over,
praises
this
how great
place
he does.
has just screamed.
Oh, is that
Yeah.
right? The
Yeah,
guy
he's
before
an
that.
amazing individual.
How long's he been here now? Do you know?
I've known him for
About 2 years.
3 years.
Very
3
cool.
years,
But he just took it over and he's getting rid of the derelict boats. He's really cleaning it up.
Well, being that it's so expensive to live everywhere, I mean, would you guys pay 500? I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But
uh-oh,
Sarasota is 300. Miami's 300.
really?
But I think that's
So
going to
that's the
change
going rate.
because
That's the going rate.
Okay.
there are no mooring balls left in the state of Florida. So,
So the
it's-
price is going to
it's
go
gonna
up.
go up.
Right.
And
Eventually,
they,
yes.
to be honest, they should here because the mooring field does well. They
He's
don't
like,
make.
wait a minute. What?
They don't make. They're not in the black.
Right.
They don't make enough, and they think they need to make a profit.
Yeah, see, now when you go up, if you're here in the summertime, 4 or 5 months in summer, just like all the hotel rooms half are empty, the mooring field's half empty.
Right.
So they're not collecting rent.
Yeah.
You know,
I think the storing your boat on a mooring field is BS. I mean, that needs to come to an end. You shouldn't be able to do that.
Well, even
because
storing
it's
it out of the
cheaper.
water in a yard is more expensive than
That's what
mooring
I'm
ball.
saying. Yeah.
Right,
I mean,
right.
you're
So
getting
people
away
do it
with.
a cheap way. It's a cheap way of storing
I
your
see.
boat.
Well, that should be it. Don't you think that should be a rule? Like you should
They
have to
a very
live there.
limited number.
Yeah.
To me too, something could happen when
Well-
it's on the water too, and
Yeah.
then how you going to know who's checking on it?
But see,
Like,
they do pay the $300 a month during the summer when there's a lot of empty balls. So
Got it.
it's a
well, summer
compromise.
storage, I could see that.
Oh, I see.
If there's empty.
Well, they're not in it to make money, though. The
Space.
town's not in it to make money.
Well,
so-
remember what it is, for instance, last night, there's people always coming and going. Yesterday evening, 2 boats came in, a Westsail 42 and a Hunter 31.
Oh, the
Both
Hunter
couples-
40
both,
what?
Both of
31.
them got
31.
Off, both couples got off board. They came in for dinner. Well, dinner,
right.
anywhere here is going to be $75 to $100.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
And so they got 2 extra meals, and the city didn't deal with somebody trying to park somewhere.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
right, right.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, so it enhances the community.
I think that the mooring field residents are misunderstood. I don't think the town might
I-
understand what kind of
with Austin
money.
cleaning it up. Most of the people
I don't
out
mean
there
that.
have money.
No, I don't
Yeah.
mean that.
They're not,
I mean
they're
that
not
people.
poor. They
Yeah.
come in here and they spend a lot.
That's
of
what I
money.
think. That's what I think
It's
they
not
need
like
to know.
you who'd be out there with a dinghy in the mooring field, living out of a dinghy. These are like
You live out of dinghy.
homes.
She doesn't.
That's what he would do. That's
She-
what he could get.
she
You're
had a stroke.
insensitive and you're cheap.
Yeah. She had a
Wow.
stroke. She doesn't know what she's talking about. No, what I'm saying is, I don't think people know
Am I
that
right?
that you're willing to pay
Well, I gotta
500.
be married to him, so
Austin, raise it to 500.
I think everybody should pay 500. And I think that you guys
You don't- you
contribute.
don't-
wait till you go back to your boat. There's gonna be
You don't know that. You don't know
my
that the
boat's
market.
they're drilling holes in the bottom
Yeah.
of my boat right now.
your
They're all
yacht.
out there.
that's
Planting bombs. They're
And
know,
you-
but everybody out there can afford that.
We understand the amenities of the other places and where we can go. If you're going to move because of price and all the other meters are the same price, you just don't move in January. You move in April or March.
yeah, but you're
Right.
here because you love Fort Myers Beach, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But they take us to 500 a month. I may love it a little less.
You'll still love it though, right?
I will love
Yeah.
it from afar.
So Steve,
He's not moving.
yeah, yeah. So
he'll spot you the other.
the boat life is. What's the difference between the boat life and living on land
Well,
life?
I
I
think
mean, what do you
they've-
get out of it?
Elucidate.
Well, let me tell you, I was up in Sarasota last year, and I'm at ball number 65, which is as far away from everything in front of Selby Gardens. And I get up on Christmas Day because she's in China. I'm feeling sorry for myself. So Christmas Eve, I fix myself a glass of wine. I'm sitting there watching a sunset, and an orchestra in Selby Gardens starts playing Christmas carols. And I
Hmm.
tell people that's cruising.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Now,
I mean, you just feel so amazing.
China's still a communist country, right? I mean, how do they treat
Most
you?
days.
How do they treat you when you're
No,
there?
they really aren't. There is no communism
Oh,
or
stop.
socialism in China.
Come
It's
on.
all capitalism. It's an autocratic
I see.
capitalistic government. They just didn't change the name. There is no. They think we're crazy.
Why?
Well, they're against socialism. It almost bankrupt the country, and they go, "Are you guys whacked?"
Do they
Yeah.
think we're socialists? Is that what
Well,
you're
they
saying?
see where we're going, and they look at it and they go, "Didn't you learn anything from us?"
Hmm.
Now it's an autocratic government, so you have to be careful.
Mhm.
You know, you have to be
Or you'll be killed by the government.
or go to re-education.
I
They
see.
call it
Oh.
jail. It's bad,
I
but everybody
Does
walks.
not sound good.
But everybody walks around happy, free.
Yeah.
There's 380 million very wealthy middle class there, bigger than the U.S.
Are they all wearing masks?
Oh, all Asians always wear masks,
Yeah.
so that's nothing new for them. They all drive BMWs, live in $1 million apartments.
Wow.
And they can travel where they want. They can leave. They can come back. You know, you just can't call Xi Jinping dirty names.
I see. And this ad was sponsored by the Communist China government.
Yeah. Well, I have to go back there. Okay. Did you hear that, Mr. C?
So,
the welcome mat may not be out for you either. There,
Yeah, I have to be
you're
careful.
burning some
I have-
bridges here and there. You're going to be on your boat somewhere in the middle.
I love Xi Jinping. Okay.
I
So
was
now I
thinking-
can go back.
I was thinking of buying a skiff. What do you guys think about that?
Why? What do you
Why?
want to use it for?
Ah.
Fishing?
Oh,
He
yeah.
doesn't know how
You
to
gonna fish in the back bays or you fish on the golf?
Yeah.
No.
No,
It
one
was
or
a
the
question.
other.
It was a
You're out
question.
in the golf. You're not going out there.
No.
To skip.
I see.
No.
So that's a
Bays,
back bay
yeah,
kind of
back
thing.
bays
Yeah.
and rivers, yeah.
You know, there's a lot of no-see-ums on the back bay. I'm still itching from.
Near the,
Oh,
near
sure.
in the
Wow.
mangroves. When you get near the mangroves.
Just don't
yeah.
fish near the mangroves.
Wow. I mean, what do you guys do about the bugs?
We're in salt water.
Listerine original is you put it on your skin, they won't bite you.
Listerine.
The brown Listerine, the
Listerine.
original Listerine.
Isn't that a breath
Now,
kind of
that's a
thing?
That's
Yeah,
a
but
good
you
tip.
put it on your skin, the OCMs don't
Wow.
like it.
You guys should do a
the
podcast from your
alcohol
boat.
will
Do you know how
ooze
much
into your
interest
skin.
that would be? Like people love boating. People love that.
Sounds
being
like
out there.
work.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, it's not going to pay you $3,000 a day. I can guarantee
Well, it sounds
that.
like
We
work.
don't work anymore though.
Right.
Yeah. Well, you guys are awesome. I mean,
Yeah,
we
thank you
hope you
so
can come
much.
back and we appreciate you kind of filling in the blanks on what goes on with the. I can tell you don't really follow the politics because you probably don't need to. You go where they say you're going, and
That's it.
and
you're
you're
happy
and you're
doing
happy
it.
about that. So
We don't want to make their life more difficult.
right.
We want to make Austin's job easier.
You don't want to make waves, right?
Yeah.
But I'm
You don't want to make.
Well, we would love for you to invite us out on your boat sometime
Well,
to
You
use the
say that all the
restroom.
But
You
you get
say that all
seasick.
the
Can you make
time.
it out
She's
there?
a liar. She had a stroke yesterday or
No.
something. I mean,
You
she's
did?
just
You
a,
look good.
I did not.
look good
Thank
for a
you so
stroke.
much.
how's her hair look, by the way?
Well,
She's
today it's rough because of this humidity.
she pays big bucks for that hair.
No,
You
Where
do?
do you guys get your hair cut?
Wherever there's cheapest place to
Yeah,
get it.
I see.
Chop it off. We live in the wind.
Well, next time we're gonna have your wife on so she can tell us more about China and how much
Oh, yeah.
how much
We
you
should.
love it
Very
there. Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. I mean, it is interesting to me. So
Well, I sent you a picture of my boat.
yes, and your wife.
My wife was up there 60
Yeah.
feet up in the air on the mast.
I don't know
Oh
if I
my
saved
goodness.
that.
75 years old. She's up there working on the
Oh, I
mast.
got to show people that on. I'll show people that on our Facebook page when
He's
we.
afraid of heights too, so that
I am.
won't work. No,
I
he
am.
is too.
I am. That's why
Oh.
she
Yeah.
goes up.
There
I
you go.
see.
That's what would be me. I'd be on the roof.
Why
on the
does it
mast.
cost so much to add balls to the mooring field? Somebody wants to know. I don't think these
I don't
guys
know.
know that.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
not
no,
their.
They are
Permitting and environmental studies is a big cost.
huge, and the technology behind them is quite expensive. They're actually helical screws into the ground,
Yeah.
and
Right, well-
they can handle
That sounds like
Category 4
hell of a-
hurricanes. So they're
Don't take this personally the wrong way or anything. But how deep do your balls go?
I like 15, 20 feet screwed into the earth, so they're
So-
not coming out.
I see. Like they must have to screw your balls down deep
I try to keep
get
a
it
straight face, but I just can't.
to keep it in the ground. I
Yeah.
mean, it sounds like it's got to go.
You know, it's so cheap. It's so
There's
cheap.
nothing better than that. Or well,
No,
fart jokes
oh,
are
yes,
better.
Yes. Because you
I
have
just
no
don't like when he starts talking
imagination.
about balls. He was winking at me, so
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about.
That's a lie.
It
Did
was.
not.
Oh, that
That's
hurt him
good.
good.
That
That
hurt
hurt
him
him good.
Oh crap!
Well, gentlemen,
Thank you so
Look at-
much.
He's speechless.
he's
my God.
I
blushing.
don't know.
He's blushing and he's speechless.
It's our audience. They want to know how much people make, and they want some kind of ball joke before the show is over. But
Now, when will
Yes,
this? When
low-hanging
will you have
fruit.
this up?
this is live right
This
now.
is
by the
live.
way.
Okay, so
yeah.
is there-
Now step
Yes,
up.
but
Now
you
step
can
up
go
your game.
back and
Yeah.
watch it.
We'll
I
post
gotta
it.
get back
I'll
to
send
the
it
boat
all.
because they're
Yeah.
sinking my boat right
I'll
now.
Yes,
send
they
it all
are.
to
They
you.
are really. There's a riot out there.
Stephen Lotta and Bill Morton, thank you so
Thank
much for
you
coming
so
on,
much.
you guys. Enjoy the beaches and the waters off Fort Myers Beach or the what is that out in the Gulf or the Bay? I'm not even sure where it is. It's out there though. All right, folks, those guys were awesome, and the wife is going to go over with the wireless and tell you about the Fort Myers Tiki tours, and you know where I'm going because I need to take a quick break.
And we have to do the question.
Did you get the
And
question?
there was something I wanted to
All right,
say
well,
to the
take your
gentleman.
time when you read the ad. I'm
All
going to
right.
turn the camera around on you. Don't go anywhere, folks. The show is not over.